Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to A.O.S Academy's YouTube channel. Here we talk about everything related to language studies for those who want to learn French, Spanish, German, and even exam preparations for those who are currently preparing for IELTS exam, TEF Canada examination, or even TCF Canada test. Likewise, we also work on Canada immigration processing for people who are currently working on their study visas, on their work visas, or their permanent residency. If this is your first time on our YouTube channel, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell to get updated anytime we drop a content, and like and share this video with your friends and family. So today we want to continue with our Q&A sessions, which we have been taking for some months now, and it has been centered on the questions that we had during our JAPA to Canada in 2023 webinar session. Today, we will be answering the question 120, which was asked during that webinar. And the question goes thus. It states that I currently live in Poland. I just completed my master's degree in management. I currently work as a customer service specialist with about 2 years of experience. I am also trying to transition into the tech space. Hence, I am doing some trainings on data analytics. Which pathway will you advise me to consider using for my entry into Canada? I think that was the first question. The second question states that is customer service considered a skilled profession in Canada? Please, I need your advice. Thank you by Yusuf Lanihun. Oh, that's one of my friends from Junior Chamber International non-profit organization from the University of Ilorin, Kwara State, Nigeria. So he says that um, he's from Poland. Maybe perhaps he went for studies or work in Poland, as his question actually depicts. And this question was extracted from the JAPA to Canada in 2023 webinar Q&As. So, Mr. Yusuf, thank you once again for asking that wonderful question. I think this is a question that is related to you as well. It's a question that you really want to have answers to. So, congrats for actually living in Poland. That is one of the very good European countries you can ever think of. And you said you just completed your master's degree in management. So, once again, congratulations for completing the master's degree. I know it's really it could have been a wonderful adventure for you to actually study in Poland, because Poland, for people that know about Poland, is one of the free countries, or one of the cheap countries to actually get a master's degree or to even go study. It's easy to enter, as we know. And um, thank you for actually asking the question. So you said, I currently work as a customer service specialist with about 2 years of work experience. Now, it's very good that you have experience already. Canada really wants that. Your experience matters a lot in your own country and even outside of your home country. So you said, I am also trying to transition into the tech space. Now, that's a very good move. I'll call it, I'll state that is a very smart move for you trying to go into the tech space. So, hence, I am doing some trainings on data analytics. Now, in that aspect, now I want to be certain that your trainings, are you talking about trainings in a particular college, in a particular university or polytechnic, or are you just talking about online trainings and certifications or online courses that you are doing? But be that as it may, you asked the question, which pathway would you advise me to go consider using for my entry into Canada? Now, as a customer service specialist and as someone going into data analytics, I would say that customer service is a circular occupation. Anyone or most people can actually do it. But data analytics is much more focused. It is much more, you understand, centered in technology. And though there are a lot of master's degree in data analytics now, and even bachelor's degree, or even as little as certification programs or diploma programs you could actually do in a college, but it's not always necessary for you to go through that route, especially when you already have masters in management, as you just said. So I would state that there are a lot of pathways that you could go through. You could enter through when you are considering moving or relocating to Canada. And I'll kind of divide it into three different ways that I know about. Starting from the faster program, especially the one that deals with you having a job already in Canada, and going down to the one that is much more easier. Do you understand? And the one that would give you much more options. So to start with, I'll tell you that you could actually relocate to Canada based on you being a customer service specialist and based on already having a master's degree in management under the work permit. And it is one option that you could use to apply, do you understand? And to be able to work in Canada temporarily, individually, just yourself, if you don't have any spouse. And even if you have spouse, you could actually also file for your spouse, either be the open work permit or the employer specific permit. Now, to be eligible to actually apply under the work permit, you need a job offer from a Canadian employer. And you also need to meet all other criteria like the health requirement for you to take medical examinations and also the security requirement for you to actually show that you are not a threat to any other citizen or resident of Canada. So as a result of that, you need to show your police clearance certificate for not just Nigeria, where you possibly actually left to go to Poland, but also in Poland, since you studied masters there, you could have, I believe, used more than 6 months, you understand, living and also studying there. So as a result of that, you also have to show that you don't have any criminal records in Poland where you are currently or where you just finished doing your masters, undergoing your masters. So I would say that's the first way you could go through the work permit, which is for temporary residency. The second way you could go is the way we know as the express entry. That is very popular. A lot of people know about it. And we would consider it as the easier route. The work permit we talked about earlier was the faster route you could use to relocate, you understand, to Canada. But the second route, which is the express entry, is the easier route. And why do I say it's the easier? Because you don't necessarily need to get a job offer from a Canadian employer before you actually consider relocating to Canada under the express entry. And it actually gives you more, how would I call it, more opportunities when you get to Canada, because instead of you being restricted to one employer, if you are given an employer specific work permit, or even getting an open work permit but still restricted on the kind of things you could do in Canada because you're a temporary resident, as a permanent resident in Canada, working in Canada under the express entry, you understand, you'll be able to do all that the citizens of Canada is doing and the permanent residents of Canada are doing, because it is a permanent residency pathway. And you will be able to also bring in your relatives, sponsor them under the family sponsorship, you understand, program. And in order to be eligible for express entry, definitely you need to meet some certain criteria. And that is where people actually run from. People don't want to write, take for instance, IELTS examination, which is much more important, do you understand, or necessary in order to actually process the express entry. Some don't also want to just submit their credentials to WES or for education credential assessment, you understand, and they don't want to also go through the stress of actually ranking under the cumulative ranking system, you understand, and the express entry profiling. So as a result of that, a lot of people will not still take the easier and the much more, you understand, assured way. Now, the third way you could use to relocate to Canada is the provincial nominee program, the PNP program. And that is what I used as well to relocate to Canada, because it is very, 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 very understandable and accessible by everyone. And why do I say that? Is because provinces and territories are particular as regards the kind of people they need in their province at that particular time. So take for instance, you saying that you're a customer service representative or specialist and you are into data analytics, you can actually get to focus on provinces or territories that actually would likely nominate you based on the economic and the labor market needs that you can actually fulfill in that particular locality for them. So let's say, for instance, which I know particularly, Ontario are needing a lot of data analysts. You understand, a lot of data scientists. If you are coming in on the provincial nominee program of the Ontario, the OINMP, then you could be rest assured of, if you meet the criteria, getting selected easily by Ontario. I got selected by Ontario, and that was exactly what I did with my own experience in web development as a web developer. So something about provincial nominee programs is that they can actually really help you a lot. It can help you even more than the normal federal skilled worker program under the express entry. Why? Because there they know that the need of that particular province is the reason why you were selected to actually relocate to Canada. So as a result of that, you have a kind of streamlined, you understand, opportunity in provinces and territories that either needs your customer service specialty, or your your data analytics skills, and that would give a kind of direct path towards permanent residency in Canada. So I think that answers the first question that you asked. The second question you asked is customer service considered a skilled profession in Canada? Now, I would say that if we are to look at the kind of normal consideration of skilled workers in Canada, for instance, we have people we consider skilled workers. Do you understand? And those are skilled workers under the federal skilled worker program, for instance, or the Quebec skilled worker program, for instance. And this set of people who are under the skilled professions, in the traditional setting, they are people that we expect them to have high level of education, training, or certification. Do you understand? So I'll put it to you, your own skill as a customer service specialist, do you have a credential to back up? You understand? I would even say that even customer service, anyone can do it. It is not, it just requires you to even have like some basic skills. You understand? It doesn't really require you to have an education or training or certification. You understand? Reason being that you just need to be kind of good in maybe communication, have good interpersonal, you understand, skill, problem solving skills, and be able to handle difficult situations and customers. You understand? Showing a kind of patience and empathy with them. So you don't really need to go to school to learn that. You can always learn that through even mini courses. Do you understand? Online, and you understand what have you. So as a result of that, you don't, I would not say customer service is a kind of skilled job in Canada. It's not a skilled profession, because a skilled profession will require you to have a formal education or certification. Do you understand? And employers in Canada may not really necessitate you to have those kind of formal education for customer service. And even if they require it, this normal secondary school diploma would be enough to actually show that yes, you can communicate well in English, you can actually meet with customers and assist them with, you understand, their queries. Do you understand? So basically, it is not going to be considered a skilled profession in Canada, but it's a valuable and important job in Canada, because a lot of people are still requiring and expecting or needing customer service specialists to help them, you understand, to kind of build their customer loyalty, and also to promote their, you understand, their brand positively in the front of the buying public, and to kind of help in their reputation, to help build their reputation in front of customers. So basically, as a customer service specialist, you may just need a kind of on-demand or on-the-job training. You understand? You understand? Various banks, for instance, even in Nigeria, will just train people. You understand, that are school certs holders or even ND holders, not relating to even customer service, on how they could actually just relate with their customers without necessarily having a formal education to back their, you understand, customer service skills. Do you understand? So basically, it will not be considered a skilled job or skilled profession in Canada due to that. So my advice, you said, please, I need your advice. Thank you. My advice is that if you want to come to Canada from Poland, you need to start your processing. You can either start the temporary residency or the permanent residency pathways. If you are okay with writing exams and you understand sending your credentials to Canada for assessment, you can go through the permanent residency route. But if you don't want to write any exams, you just want to get there, just like you said, you are working currently as a customer service specialist and you want that kind of job again, and you just want to, you understand, get the opportunity as a worker, you understand, as a temporary worker in Canada, to just at least land there for the very start. Then you can go through the work permit I talked about. It's actually a very good pathway people are using to relocate to Canada now. So I hope that answers the question. If you have any further questions, then reach out to us on our website, aosacademy.com, or even send us an email on admin@aosacademy.com, or perhaps even chat us up on WhatsApp +234 810 771 4449, and on our Canadian number +1 647 947 4399. If you have any further questions, you even want to get featured on this, you can actually post your questions and we'll do justice to it anytime we actually come back for a Q&A session. So if you have not considered subscribing, please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel now. Hit on the notification bell to always get notified anytime we drop a content. Like and share this video with your friends and family. We really thank a lot of people. We have been seeing a lot of people subscribing to our YouTube channel of lately. Thank you very much for actually subscribing, and let's get the number to at least 1,000. We are in about 672 subscribers now. Let's get the number to 1,000 so that we can keep on giving you value. So thank you very